What's up everyone? Today I'm going to be discussing the second part of yesterday's video, and today will be on the story of, or the topic of prime anomaly. Anomaly. There we go. For some reason that word is so hard for me to pronounce. Basically this story is about how Autobots and Decepticons are pretty much going to have to team up to go against a common enemy. What I have in mind is there's this creature, or this entity that is not from Cybertron, so he does not originate from Cybertron, and he has like godlike abilities basically. His character is something that I actually came up with, and it's pretty cool. It's like an OC. Haven't really done much of that before. I guess Crimson, I have custom characters, but not real characters that have its own backstory, its own lore. Technically, Crimson would be an OC for my series and whatnot, but that's besides the point. His name is CHRONOS, which I actually got from the Greek mythology, or Greek meaning of god of time, I believe. Yeah, I looked it up. Chronos means god of time in Greek, and when I looked into it, I was like, I actually really like that. So he's an ancient entity who is pretty much not like your modern transformer that can transform as like a lot more sleek or whatever, more newer design. He has more of like war kind of vibes. He has like ancient kind of coloring, like rusted kind of colors, like gunmetal gray, just very bland, but also like rusted and old kind of colors to it. I actually do have some, I made a vision board of what I want to base my character off of, and either that's with the design, the looks, the same thing, or his abilities or anything, and hopefully one day I'm going to be able to make that character. Either I'm debating if I should completely make a custom character with like getting different characters and then just using their body parts or whatever to like make the figure, because obviously it's not going to transform like that, but he doesn't have the ability to transform, so I'm not really worried about that. Like I want him to be able to teleport, like the Fallen kind of vibes. So he's going to be able to teleport, but like within a certain vicinity. He can manipulate time because god of time. He can pretty much manipulate his surroundings, if that makes sense. Control like air pressure or something like that, like kinetic energy, like absorb things. So he's going to be a really powerful entity, and he is going to be the main villain. But I have in mind that is going to be a sequel, either just the second part of the movie or whatever, but I want it to be a sequel because the first movie is more about them getting to the problem, and it's kind of like they're both the Autobots. No, okay, first the Decepticons really figure out that, hey, this is starting to, it's giving weird signals. Energy signals are fluctuating in this area. We need to know why. So Soundwave and Shockwave are supposed to go and check it out. And once they get to the place, it looks like some kind of chamber or some type of ancient relic room or something like that. I haven't thought about it yet. Bro, these gnats are about to piss me off, bro. And Shockwave is like, we should explore this, but Soundwave is saying that we should report it back. They end up doing their own things anyway, and it continues. But little did they know, Starscream, once he heard that they found it, he went out of his way to go there himself without Megatron or anyone knowing. So this whole time he's sneaking around there. Just let you guys know. So, and then after that, Starscream messes with something. He triggers some type of protocol that wakes up the Guardians and whatnot. And there's 3 to 4 different stages. You have the basic ones that are like, you know, for handling small threats or whatever like that. Then you have the second tier of Guardians who are more capable of handling mediocre problems, like, I don't know, a character, but like someone who's a lot more challenging and would be easily able to defeat the little drones. So you have the drones, then you have the soldiers, and then you have the Guardian, like the last tier of the Guardian. And those are really like brutes. Let's just say that. So you have the drone soldier brutes, and then you have the final Guardian, who is going to actually be in the room where CHRONOS is located. So he's going to be in the chamber where CHRONOS is because he is the final resort before he automatically comes out of stasis. Another thing that I have in mind is I want CHRONOS to have like a really traumatic kind of background. And what I had in mind was his homeworld was, you know, destroyed due to conflict, like war. And that war gone on for so long actually causes the planet to, like, you know, be literally destroyed. Like, not ravaged by war, like literally destroyed. Like there's no going back to it. He finds a way to no longer deal with those kind of conflicts anymore. So he's gonna kind of encase himself in this pod and go, and he just travels the cosmos until eventually he lands on a planet which later will turn out to be Cybertron. His character originates before Transformers even exist. He's pretty old. He's going to be very ancient, but he's not going to be one of those slow ancient kind of dudes. He's going to be a lot more built. He's going to be powerful. He's going to be like, he has however many years he's been alive, kind of wisdom. He had the time to learn things, gain power, do all sorts of things. And yeah, so that's CHRONOS. I think he's gonna have a pretty great design. Some other things that I would really want to add is, since he's just getting out of stasis because of Starscream woke him up, he's not gonna be tapped into his full potential because he's been in stasis for pretty much since Cybertron was created, and way before then anyway. With that being said, he's not going to be fully awake. Like, he's not going to have all his powers or anything like that. So, basically, he's going to be a little bit like behind on that. And the next movie, after this movie ends with them realizing, okay, so this is a huge problem. We need to work together, or either everything will be destroyed, kind of thing. I don't know what it is with me and having like everything going to be destroyed kind of thing, but yeah. So when they need to figure out how to stop CHRONOS from, you know, becoming fully unleashed, I guess would be the word, unlocking his full potential. So that is basically the summary of the first movie. They both realize that there's weird energy signals. They go to the location and they figure out, okay, so this is a chamber here. The Autobots and Decepticons, even though they're having the same mindset, they both go through 2 different things. The Autobots will go through, like, because they're just getting in there, and this is before Starscream activated whatever he did. And the Autobots are going to have to maneuver through the fences and stuff because they're coming in after Starscream. activated, whatever. So yeah, they're gonna have two different encounters with it, and then eventually they're gonna both be in the same place where CHRONOS is then activated or taken out of stasis. And he, what's it called? Is gonna kind of give an explanation of what's going on, why he was wakened, who he is, just a little bit of that. And then by the end of the movie, it's because I'm not trying to give away too much, but I'm also trying to remember, because I wrote it down, but I'm trying to see if I remember everything. They're gonna eventually have to fight him, but it's not like final boss kind of thing. It's more of like, this is just showing you how powerful I am at my current state. I'm not even at my final form yet kind of battle. So once they struggle to handle that, they realize they seriously need to work together to defeat him, or either do something with him, because he's basically a god, and you know, stronger than a prime, because all the primes were created sometime after Primus was, actually, yeah, Primus was the one who made all the primes. So if this man was alive, battling, doing all this kind of stuff before, way before Primus was even like activated and whatnot, he's like, clearly he's gonna have a lot more power and whatnot. Well, at least that's what I want. Obviously they're gonna have some advantages and stuff with transforming with kind of modern like weapons and whatnot, but all of that versus his raw power and wisdom. So that's what I want. I thought of the second movie yet. I just know I want to have one. So if you guys have any ideas, or suggestions, or either just something you think I should change, or probably just like look at differently, or if you even want to add to the character of CHRONOS, or even other characters or whatnot, be like, just feel free to tell me in the comments or anything. I read all of them whenever they are some. So any suggestion that y'all leave, any comment, whatever it is, would be greatly appreciated. It does kind of sum up what I have, because I low-key didn't write the entire plot down. I just wrote the summary of it, because it is a lot of writing that I have to do and add it to the binder. But yeah, that's kind of I struggle so much. That's basically all. One thing I do want to say is that if you guys would like to like name this, the binder of like stuff like movies and ideas and whatnot, or either like, I don't know, name for it, something you think I should add design wise, anything like that, totally feel free to let me know. I would love to decorate it, because having a plain binder is kind of boring. And yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you have, like I said, if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, anything like that, comment down below. And until next time, peace out.